Good evening, all, and welcome to Boxing Day, the day after Christmas, where we've eaten all the food in the world, we've eaten all the Christmas pudding, all the Yule log, and we are very much stuffed enough to last until Christmas 2025. So, what better thing to do than sit down, relax, and hopefully enjoy my trad beers of 2024? This list has been pretty tough to compile, mainly because the trad beers that I've had this year have not been all that good. I've had some really good ones, don't get me wrong, but there were some bad ones, and those ones were easy to weed out. But it left me with a much smaller list to curate and come up with this top 10. So opening up my top 10 list for 2024 is this one. It is the Budweiser Budvar. I'd not had this before, and I thought to myself, this year I'm going to enjoy mainly two styles of beer, lagers and Belgians, and there were some good lagers, and this was one of them. It was hoppy, it was delicious, it was grassy, it did all the good things that a lager should, and yeah, it features in my top 10. Definitely one to repeat. I did a good comparison of this one with another Czech lager, which doesn't appear in this list, but nevertheless, it was tasty nonetheless. So yeah, this was a good lager. A great one. It features in the top 10. So yeah, that was number 10. Number 9 was a beer I never would have expected to include in any top 10 list of mine. Mainly because the brewer has kind of, I think, got complacent and put out some fairly substandard beer. But this was a surprise one. It's this one. It is Old Midnight Hen from Green King. And Green King, you understand, Green King are mass producers of pretty average beer, let's be honest. But this one surprised me. It had lots of flavour for a 4% beer. Lots and lots of flavour. The body was decent. There was really nothing to dislike. It was an honest, sensibly priced stout. And I know many people will probably balk at the fact that it's in my top 10. But here we are. I like to push the boundaries and say it as it is. I think a lot of the criticism that goes against some of the beers is perhaps, and I'm guilty of it as well, beer snobbery. But this one was decent. It was. But then it gets better from there by quite some way. Coming in at number 8 was this one. It is Castile Barista Chocolate Quad. Told you I tried some Belgians, and this one was up there. Very sweet, very good body to it, lots of flavour, and yeah, certainly worthy of a place in anyone's top 10 if you like them chocolatey and sweet. I don't remember much more about it than that, really, but it's definitely worth you trying. So yeah, swiftly on to number 7. It's another beer I didn't expect. This one, the Estrella Galicia. Beautiful lager. Clean, crisp, hoppy, refreshing. It had a little sweetness, but not too much. It had a little bitterness, but not too much. It was very well balanced and very sensibly priced. It was one that was recommended to me to try, and I'm very, very glad I did. I'm slightly gutted that I didn't try it last year when I was in Spain, because where better to try a good Spanish beer than Spain. It was hot, it was sunny, and it certainly would have gone down very, very well. So I can imagine what it's like for everyone over there who enjoys a little bit more than one of them. So yeah, I certainly would have been tempted to, had I not had the medication to enjoy as well. Anyway, beautiful lager. If you've never tried it, I highly recommend you do. And we're switching style again now. We're going back to Belgium for Grimbergen Double. I do like the Belgians now. Well, it's not that I didn't before, but I've discovered a few more. And Grimbergen Double was a beer that I could have tried last year in Greece, of all places. It was served at a restaurant that I was in, but they had an alcohol-free one. I tried that instead. But this one was big, bold flavour, lovely body, beautiful balance to it. And yeah, it was just lovely beer. It did score a full 5 out of 5 and worthy of every single one of them. And sticking with the style, the country of origin anyway, it's this one. It is a brewery of the Half Moon The Straff Hendrick Quad. This one could have been number one. It was beautiful. It was thick. It was flavoursome. It was warming. It was comforting. I just couldn't get enough of it, and I want more. So I'm going to, when I place my order with my supplier of Belgian beer, this one is going back in the box. And yeah, that was number five. Number five, very worthy. Could easily have been number one, but the top four were very hard to separate. We're switching style again. We're coming back to the UK for the Colonel Pale Ale. Chinook, Columbus and Simcoe. Lots of hops, big flavour. It's bottle conditioned. It was just excellent. It was fresh. It was clean. It was hoppy. It had a good level of bitterness to it that a pale ale should do, and it is certainly worthy of a place in my top four. And top three, we are switching style, but we're keeping the country, and crucially, we're keeping the brewer. It was this one. It was the double porter with a Mosaic and Columbus from the Colonel. Now, this one should not have worked, right? Let's be honest. It's a porter with Mosaic and Columbus. Mosaic and Columbus belong in IPAs and pales, but here they were extremely well executed in this India Double Porter. It was dark, it was bitter, it was hoppy, but not with the hops, like I say, that you would normally expect in a porter. This brought an element of tropical to an otherwise chocolatey dark beer. It shouldn't have worked, but it does, and I need more, simply put. The Colonel are, for me, a brewery that fly consistently under the radar. They make excellent beer at very sensible prices, and with beer like this on offer, yeah, it's... how they're not more widely known, I do not know. But we go to the top two, and the top two were very hard to decide between. The country of origin of these two is the same. The styles are slightly different, but in number two is this one. It is a Chimay Blue, and this was big, bold, delicious Belgian beer. There was nothing to dislike. It had a level of intensity that I absolutely adore. It helped I had the right glassware to have it in. I say the right one, it's brewery specific. It was just phenomenally good. And Belgian beers have captured a place in my heart, and I see why they are so beloved throughout the world. But Chimay Blue is definitely the best of the Chimay beers that I've had to date. And if you've not tried it, I really recommend you do, whether you like Belgian beers or not. So yeah, we come to the coveted number one slot. This one, I struggle to pronounce. This one was delicious. It was a big bottle, a very big bottle, 75 centilitre. But it's this one. It is the Brewery Verhaeghe, Duchesse de Bourgogne. And it was described on the bottle as ever so slightly soured. I didn't get that. What I got was a rich, lush, fruity, delicious beer. I've got another one that I've kept and I'm aging it, and I'm hoping that that one is even better than when I tried it for the first time. The flavours were intense. The body was sublime. It just delivered in every possible way. And I'm really keen to know if there's any better Belgian beers out there than this one. If there are, you certainly need to let me know in the comments section below, because I want to try it, simply put. But yeah, this one was absolutely my favourite trad beer of 2024. So that is my list. What are yours? Stick them in the comments section below. Are there any that I should try in 2025? Again, I'm very keen to know about those. But for now, I'm going to hopefully let you enjoy the rest of your Boxing Day. I'm certainly going to go and enjoy the rest of mine. Maybe sneak one of the last few mince pies that I've got left. So we'll leave it there and say, those are my trad beers of 2024. I've been me. Those down there are the buttons. You know exactly what to do with them by now. You've got your like, comment, dislike, and subscribe. Choose any combination of them as you wish. And I'll see you again soon for another one. Bye for now.